What's up guys, Tyler at RC Madness, back with another video for you. Got another product we're going to take a look at today. Still along the lines of the construction stuff. Reason being, we just picked up a bunch of this stuff, the Diecast Master line, so I've just been doing videos on it. So we'll just work through each one of their products so I can show you guys, because I'm a construction fan, and this stuff is pretty low budget stuff considering how expensive the RC construction game can really get. Very deep into the thousands, if not 10,000s. So this is a cheap way to really get in there, have some fun with it, and just kind of mess around a little bit in the dirt. So today we're going to take a look at the articulated dump truck from Diecast Masters. Pretty cool little truck here. I'll take a look at the box real quick. I'll give you a closer look, and we'll pop it open, drive it around a little, show you some of the features. Let's check it out. Alright guys, so a quick look over the box here. This is a 1/24 scale. This is a 745 articulated truck or dump truck. You can see the bed motion there, and they're kind of giving you a little bit of a taste of what it should do, but we're going to check that out for real in a minute. We're just checking out the box here. Label some of the features, light and sound functions, 2.4 radio, full function radio, meaning you can just drive it around and it's fully proportional and stuff like that. These are coming in at $115 currently, so a pretty cool truck. Their typical Diecast Master radio. Again, just showing you some of the functionality. Give you a quick look on the specs there. So it's pretty cool. 24 scale, so it's a little on the smaller side, but kind of fits in line, roughly the same size as the rest of their stuff. So if you do want to collect more of the models, which I will have more videos on, and I do have listed on the website, the link should be in the description, you can kind of play with them all together, and they all relatively look like they are the same scale. So let's go ahead and pop it out of the box, and we'll take a quick look at it. Alright guys, we got everything out of the box here. Before we dive into the truck and what that looks like, just want to show you real quick what it does come with. You got USB charger, batteries, battery for the truck, and the remote, of course. The remote, pretty much this typical one that we've seen a few times, nothing too crazy. It's one that comes with all the equipment. This one looks like it's been modified a little bit just to work the truck, because there's no other motion other than forward and back and steering. So nothing too crazy there. We'll charge it up while we're talking about the truck so we can check out the lights and stuff. And of course, while we're all here to check out the truck. First thing I did notice while taking it out of the box is it's actually got a decent weight. I was expecting it to be pretty light, considering that it's pretty much all plastic, the truck. So I think they probably just put some weight in the back end here along with the motor. And then while we have it here, it is just a single driven axle in the back. This guy here, this is just a free spinning axle. So it is just one wheel drive, which is pretty typical of the Diecast Master stuff. The articulation's pretty cool. See if I can get a good shot of that. Of course, I'll power it on, but you got it there. Has some nice little hydraulic tubes here for accent. Side mirrors. Cab detail is not too bad considering the price. It looks pretty cool. We got a lot of cool stuff in there. I'll give you a nice front view. All licensed CAT stuff, so it's pretty scale looking. I mean, Diecast Masters is Diecast is their bread and butter, so they're just moving into the RC game. Not too bad. You can see how it articulates there. Looks like it's just got some kind of rack and pinion type design. And I'm assuming the dump is the same. I'm not going to force that up without the electronics on, but you got some, I don't know if it's just a fake piston there. Looks like it's just got a some kind of arm in there, a gear driven arm in the back that probably pushes up. Not sure how much weight it'll lift, but hopefully a couple scoops of dirt in the back, ideally. Around the back, a couple of lights there. And on the other side, pretty much the same as the other side, to be expected there. So all in all, pretty decent looking truck. Like I said, the weight's not bad, feels pretty good. Nothing feels terribly flimsy except the mirrors. This one's a little wiggly here. It's the only part that I'm kind of concerned about, but at the same time, they're sort of a flexible plastic, so hopefully that doesn't really mean much as far as it wiggling around. It's kind of the only piece on here that I'm a little concerned about, but otherwise seems fairly solid for the price. So let's go ahead and power it up and see what it looks like under its own power. Alright guys, we are back. Put a little charge on the battery through the batteries in the remote, which is a Phillips screw there, and then 2 AA's, which it came with. And then on the bottom of the truck up front, you got a Phillips here, and then the battery goes inside here. And then it does have a lock for the battery door, so I'm not really sure why they keep putting Phillips screws on these, because it is a rechargeable battery, so you're going to have to take it in and out. So I'd probably end up just leaving that screw out and just using the locker for the door. But whatever, I guess it doesn't hurt to have 2 safety things in there, I guess. But anyway, the on-off switch is underneath there as well. So we're going to go ahead and check out the features, kind of see what we can dump out of it. I've been playing with it a little bit prior to this just to get familiar with it. So first thing, go ahead, pop on the controller here, and then flip the truck on underneath, like so. Lights flash on the front. That's the engine sound. You guys can kind of hear that. You can turn it off right here, the little triangle button. For the sake of the video, I'm just going to leave it off. I'll leave it on a little bit when we do a little bit driving, but you can tap this on and off. I did notice on occasional startups, I turn the radio on and then the truck, and then it would not want to start up, but if I flick the radio back on and off, it would start up as you just saw before. So I'm kind of glad it happened. I'm definitely going to leave that in the video. So you just got to flip the radio on and off. Maybe just got to sync back up to each other. Not sure. But currently the truck is on. I just have the sound off because I'm sure my mic just picked it up like crazy. But first off, the truck is pretty cool. Obviously it just operates like a normal, let's see if I can do a RC truck. This is your steering, which of course this is the articulating truck. So the whole truck just kind of, see if it articulates like so, which is pretty cool. It's fairly responsive too, so it works pretty good. I don't know, I didn't probably fully charge the battery. Probably charged it about 15 minutes or so. So not bad there. Articulates pretty good. Speed-wise, it moves pretty good. I'll do a little more running around out on the carpet there towards the end of the video, so you can check that out. But fairly responsive, good speed. It is only that single driven axle, but it is a locked axle, so that's cool. So pretty responsive as far as the controls. And then the dump bed is the 2 top buttons here. You raise it up, and then if you continue to hold the button, it kind of has like a safety in it. So if you hold it down, the teeth just start skipping, which I know is not going to be good for it. But if you do have a a younger kid or something like that playing with it, and he does happen to hold the button too long, it's just kind of a safety. I'm guessing it's a spring-loaded gear in there that just kind of clicks against it. So it has an up and down button. This is an up button and a down. Brings it up. You can stop it anywhere in between. Up and down. And again, it's pretty responsive considering what we're working with here. And then I was having a little fun with it because I was curious at how much weight. The truck weighs about 2.5 pounds, so nothing too crazy. I did have a couple of these larger aluminum blocks here, so you can see the controller for size. These are about 2.5 pound blocks of aluminum that I had in here, and I was putting them in the dump all the way up in the front here. Really doesn't have any trouble lifting that. Can hear it starting to bog down a little bit, but one of these blocks is about the weight of the truck, so it's lifting itself there. And then I had 2 of them, so I was like, I'll see if I can lift 2 blocks. And it can in fact lift the 2 blocks, but then it starts to struggle about halfway up. If you load the blocks towards the back of the truck, it has far less of a problem, but all the way forward, about 5 pounds is about the lift limit when it's all the way forward in the truck. Like I said, if you angle them back just a little bit, it can finish the task. But it doesn't really like it. But that is about 5 pounds of aluminum, give or take, and the truck only weighs about 2.5, so it lifts about double its weight in the bed there. So if it's a relatively light sand or dirt, it should have no problem dumping a pretty heaped over pile of dirt there. So that's pretty cool. Plenty of power. Hoping it wasn't just going to put one block in there and just start and not have any torque, but it actually lifts pretty good considering its own weight, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead, flip in front here. You guys can kind of see the light action. So the lights are not variable. They just kind of come on. I have to have the engine sounds on. Hold on. So with the engine sound on, I'm going to speak up here a little bit. Drive the truck forward. Lights come on. If you turn the truck, the signal come on in that direction. It's a little weird with the articulation. And then drive the truck backwards, they flash. So the lights, you can't turn them on and off at will. They just constant on when the truck drives, flashing when back, and then blinkers when you're turning. It's kind of cool. Decent little feature, kind of fun, but you have to have the sound on in order to have the lights, as you just saw. So, whether that's good or bad, it's up to you. I'd probably drive around with the sound off most of the time. It's not the best sounding sound box, but again, we're only talking about 115 bucks. Where the sound kit alone in one of my Tamiya trucks was in around the $400 mark, so you could buy 4 of these for just a sound kit in a Tamiya truck. So consider that when you're watching. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a little bit of weight in the bed, bring it over to the on-road track, do a couple circles, articulate it a little so you can see it fully functioning, not just on the tabletop. So let's check it out. Alright guys, we got it over here on the road course. Drive it around a little so you can check it out. Alright guys, so you saw it. Quick little final thoughts on it. All in all, I think it is pretty much as advertised. Does everything it says it does, and honestly it performs fairly well for what it's intended for and the price range. Seems to do everything, steering, driving. The dump works pretty well. The detail is honestly not bad. More or less a functioning model, which seems to be what Diecast Master was going for. The only thing that I thought was a little bit weird was the articulation steering. It's nothing that is bad or wrong with the truck, but when you steer it, it stays wherever you left it. So you may have seen in the driving video, like a regular RC car will turn and then you let go or the radio or whatever and it'll come back to center. This does not come back to center, so you have to get it to come back to center. So you probably saw in the driving video there when I was coming back at the camera, the blinker would come on and off because I'm trying to adjust the steering to get the truck to go straight again. So the blinker thinks I'm trying to turn. So the lights kind of flash a little bit. So it was a little funny. Nothing really bad, I would say, but it was definitely a little bit weird. But I kind of understand why they don't have it return to center, because it's just a gear driven thing. There's probably just a motor that spins one way or the other and it doesn't spin back to center. So that was just a little bit of weird controlling it, but all in all, pretty fun little truck to drive. No real complaints, I'd have to say. they did a good one with this. We're going to be checking out more of their lineup, so stay tuned for those videos. They have an excavator, bulldozer, front end loader, and the dump truck, which we all have for sale here at Madness. More videos to come. Let me know if you like them. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know if you want to see more, which one you want to see next. But anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.